What's up, everybody? You're tuned into the Cris
Yeah, Mom.
podcast, episode 244, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good day, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream. Yeah, if you're listening on the playback, put a comment in the comment section. We got a few things to talk about. Some March Madness recap, NBA news. We're going to talk about is the MLB taking over NBA spots. And we're going to talk a little bit about J. Cole. Also, we're going to get into Ryan Garcia, what he said about Crawford. Do we agree with it? And PS5 Pro is raising prices for y'all. So before we get into that, Maul, how you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling tired. I don't want to ever drink again. It's been a long week. It's supposed to be vacation, but I'm tired. But I feel good. Feel good. So, how you feeling, man?
It feels good, man. I can't complain. Another day, another off day.
Yeah, man.
You've been off all week.
Yeah, my body don't feel like it, but I have, and I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back to work. I ain't gonna complain. I'm ready to go back.
You ain't missed nothing.
No.
All right, man. Let's recap March Madness, man.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the Sweet 16, because there was a few games that went on this weekend. So we all know that. Hold on, what it says on that. We all know that Purdue ended up beating Texas. We know that Iowa beat Nebraska. We know that Illinois upset Houston. That was a big one. Arizona dominated Arkansas. Duke got past St. John's, and then Michigan dominated Alabama. UConn got past Michigan State, and Tennessee beat Iowa State. And then when we get to the Elite Eight, we had Iowa losing to Illinois. Illinois punching their ticket to the Final Four. I think it's been years since they've been to the Final Four. Arizona dominated Purdue, getting into the Final Four. Michigan dominated Tennessee. That wasn't even close. But the game of the weekend was probably UConn and Duke.
It might be the game of the last 20 years.
Yeah. It was a back and forth, very high competitive game. Duke had his moments where they were up, but UConn came back and got back into the. Or actually, UConn was up, and then Duke got back into the game. But it was a back and forth. But it all comes down to the fourth quarter and those last few seconds. After UConn had shot some free throws, Duke inbounds the ball to Caden Boozer. I don't understand why he tried to pass the ball. They were up by 1 point. He could have just kept the ball, probably, took the foul. But I get it. He saw the two players wide open underneath the thing. They knocked the ball out or tip it up. Player gets it, passes it to Braylon Mullins. Braylon Mullins hits a D3 to ultimately win the game and win it 73-72. It was a crazy shot, but these kids nowadays, they shoot from the low, so it's really not that surprising anymore. But crazy ending. Still, like I said, I don't understand what Caden Boozer was like. You're up by one, you don't really need to do anything. You could have just took the foul. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Duke would have been in the Final Four. So I'm sure he's going to be beating himself over that. You know what I'm saying? But a tough break for Duke. But shout out to UConn, man.
Yeah, man. I'll start off with my thoughts as far as like with the Sweet 16. I think the biggest story out of that whole weekend was just how pathetic Houston looked, especially in that home court advantage that they had. They were playing in Houston, and I watched the game. That might have been the worst basketball I've seen all tournament long, probably all season long. The way Houston played in that moment, it just seemed like the moment was too big, and that's the problem with a lot of these Kelvin Sampson teams. They're very deep, very. Like they always are projected to be one of the top 3 teams in the nation, and they perform well in the regular season. But when it comes times for these tournament games and March Madness, they always underperform every time. And like, don't get me wrong, they made it to the Final Four. I think the last 2 years or something like that, and they've lost. But it comes back to this situation where it gets to a point where you start asking the question: can Kelvin Sampson get a championship? get this team over the hump. He's already stated many times that with the NIL deals that Houston cannot afford paying these players top-notch dollars. So that right there is a semblance of, he's trying to get more money because it's becoming more of an embattlement for him to convince these players to come to Houston. Even though it's a great program, there have been some historic basketball players to come from that program. I think it's a great institution in one of the top cities in America. But we all know this is a money game. So if you cannot pay these players who can get top-notch dollars at Duke, who can get top-notch dollars at Arkansas now and Alabama and Florida and Oregon and Arizona and Texas and go on and on and on, like it's going to be even harder. And he's had top-notch talent. He's not been able to get over it. And I think Kelvin Sampson is one of the best head coaches. I'm not trying to diminish anything he's done, but it gets to a point when are you going to get over the hump? And I think that was the biggest thing, especially playing at home. You're playing in Houston and for that performance. But I think Illinois played very well with Stojakovic and Keaton Wagler. Those guys, as you stated, they made the Final Four. First time I think since the Darren Williams championship run that they had, which I think that was had to be at least 20 some years ago or something like that. So congratulations to those guys. They played an amazing game, especially on Saturday, coming back against Iowa, who shout out to Iowa, man, and Starts, man. They played some amazing basketball for this tournament. I think those kids over at Iowa, they came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting the type of run that they had, but, shout out to them. In the first half, they dominated Illinois for the most part, but then Illinois, I think they just, they were the tougher team. I think they had the more energy and legs for it. So, congrats to them. As far as I think the two more dominant teams that look the best right now is Arizona and Michigan. So we all know that matchup this Saturday is probably going to be epic. Those are probably the two best teams going right now in this tournament. And a lot of people may think Saturday could be the national championship, that game. I mean, whoever wins, I think will be the heavy favorites. But we got to see how much they take out of each other in that game. I think it's going to be huge. Also, man, I was pretty disappointed in St. John's, man. I thought they had a really good shot of being Duke, but, shout out to those kids and shout out to Rick Pitino. I think he got another contract being the second highest paid coach in the Big East. So congratulations to him on that. And then I'll get to this. That UConn game last night with Duke, UConn was down as much as 19. And then for them to come back, and I know a lot of people are getting on Caden Boozer, but I'm going to say this. Duke didn't do him justice because they never really gave him a lot of opportunities to show himself until probably later part of the year when a lot of the injuries were happening. He was pretty much coming off the bench, and you kind of saw the actual talent that he has. We all know he's super talented, but in those crucial situations, I don't think he was really comfortable in those. You know what I mean? He didn't have enough reps in that. And look, I think at the end of the day, I'm a North Carolina fan, so I took pleasure out of seeing the pain out of a lot of Duke people. But, man, I think at the end of the day, man, you got to give props to UConn and for them not quitting, being down 19, going into the second half. And, again, it is so simple as Duke holding on to the ball. But when you got two cats coming at you and you could have got the foul, it's very simplistic to think about. And I agree with everybody, Mark, Cris, I agree. All you had to do was hold on to the ball, get the foul call, and the game probably would have been over. But, shout out to UConn, man. That was probably one of the games of the century. And the only problem is those Boozer kids, they're going to have to watch that in the memory books. I'm going to ask you, out of all the March Madness, buzzer beaters and all that, we got the Kemba Walkers, the Christian Laettners, all that stuff like that. Where is this number one for you? Or does this crack the top five as far as March Madness moments that you can remember?
I would have to go back in the archives and look because I can't, I don't want to be prisoner of the moment type deal. But it's up there. It definitely is up there because go ahead. Because it's just the craziness of the moment and the tip, bounce to do. He passes it to Mullins. Mullins shoots a three, and it's just wow.
Yeah, I think not top five. I don't know how you don't have that top five. A team coming back from 19, I think that's easy top five. I think that's easy top five. I think that's easy top five. That moment is easy top five. I think.
What's your top five, Mark? Let us know. All right, let's switch to the girl side. On Friday, you had Notre Dame versus Vanderbilt. Man, Hannah Hidalgo, man, she came out from the jump ready. eyes red. She was not playing. Came out. She set a record for most steals, I think, in the first half of the game, and I think in history. I think she has like 200 steals this whole season. But not only that, she was scoring when her team needed a bucket. She was there. She was playing great defense. Like she was just locked in. Michaela Blake's the player for Vanderbilt. She didn't start off too good in the first half, but in the second half, she pulled it together and she started playing a lot better. That point guard for Vanderbilt is really good too. I forgot her name, but she's really good too. But it was all about Hannah Godola, man. She balled out playing on both ends of the court. Um, Vanderbilt had a chance to tie the game up, but Michaela, she lost the ball going, trying to go to the hoop, and that ultimately sealed the deal for them. They still had a chance to tie it up, but they missed both shots, and Notre Dame ended up advancing to the Elite Eight. UConn, they dominated North Carolina. That wasn't even a game. UCLA dominated Minnesota. We all figured that. But that Duke LSU game, that was a tight one too, going back and forth. Flage, she had a cool game, but she was kind of up and down, but she started pulling it together in the fourth quarter. But it was Ashlyn Jackson, man. They were down. If Flage doesn't bite on the first half fake, you know what I'm saying, I think LSU wins the game, but she bit on it. What's her name? Stepped up, hit the jumper with seconds down, and Duke ended up winning the game off of that shot, man. And it was a heartbreaker for sure, man. I felt bad for Flage, but unfortunately, they had to take the L. And shout out to Duke, they end up advancing. And then Michigan, they dominated Louisville. Texas dominated Kentucky. South Carolina dominated Oklahoma, and then TCU beat Virginia. I just say this, and we missed the golden opportunity. I wanted TCU and Notre Dame so bad, Mo.
Yeah,
because I wanted Olivia versus Hannah Douglas so damn bad, but we So then we had the So then Sunday or yesterday, UConn, they dominated Notre Dame. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I think, all they have is really Hannah over there. I mean, they got a few boo players in Notre Dame, but it was just, you ain't got enough. You got to have an array of players to play against UConn. They just got too much over there with Ozzy Fudd and KK Arnold, Sarah Strong, what's the girl named Quinzel coming off the bench. Like, she's scoring 18. Like, it was just too much. And the same thing with Duke and UCLA. UCLA is just too much with Lauren Betts and, Kiki Rice and, all those girls. So, that was kind of expected. Today, we got Michigan and Texas. That should be a pretty good one, but I got Texas winning that game. I think you got Texas too. And then South Carolina and TCU, I got South Carolina. I just think they're too much.
Yeah. I'll say this, man. Shout out to Hannah Hidalgo. Is she going to come out this year? Is she coming out this year?
She's only a junior, so she has one more year.
I think Shorty should come out. I personally think she should, because I think she could have a strong case of being the number one overall pick. I know a lot of people have Aziz Fudd as that, but the dominance that she can play on both sides of the court, like she had 11 steals in that game against Vanderbilt, and the 31 points and the Tennessee like I think that woman is amazing. I agree with you. It would have been a fun matchup to see Notre Dame versus TCU, especially with everything on the back end stories of that, and kind of seeing those two kind of going at it. It would have been amazing. And I know I said this before with UConn, but I ain't gonna lie, South Carolina looking good, South Carolina waking up, and those ladies look pissed. I ain't gonna
machine
lie.
Over there, dude.
Those females look pissed, dog.
Tessa Johnson.
Yeah,
Tanae Laston. That's
dog.
Another one. Tanae Laston.
Agree with me or disagree with me. Those ladies look like they're fucking pissed. Like the narrative of UConn's gonna demolish them. That that bad loss that they had in the SEC championship game was bad, and against Texas and all that. I think those ladies are pissed. I think they're gonna dominate today. I don't think it's gonna be close. And then we're going to get a semifinals of UConn and South Carolina on Sunday. Yeah, like crazy. Imagine that. Like and then we're gonna get UCLA and Texas on the other end. And shout out to Lauren Best. Lauren Best looked really good. And you know what? I'm not gonna sleep on UCLA against Texas either. Who's stopping Lauren Best? Stopping Lauren Best? So I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I know everybody has UConn just going in and winning this national championship, and I know me and Chris said that. But I got to renege on my statement, dog. Those South Carolina chicks, I want to apologize. I totally want to apologize to you ladies. I think that is a 50-50 fight. That's going to happen on Sunday. Unless
that's what you need. That's what you need.
That's what you need. That's what you need. And yeah, UCLA's only loss came to Texas. So those ladies are going to be highly motivated for that re-up for sure. They're going to want their lick back. So I think the Final Four could, unless something crazy happens today, I expect Texas and South Carolina to dominate their matches and gear up for one of the bigger Final Fours in women's history. I think what I mean with the two dominant forces of UConn and South Carolina. They've been the two pinnacles of dominance the last 20 some years in women's basketball. Like, come on, man. Like, those ladies are huge. Those ladies are big. Those ladies are quick. The only thing that fears me with South Carolina is the consistent scoring. I think UConn, I think that's why I edge UConn more, because I think they're more consistent on the scoring end. But if South Carolina can put up the points, I low key like them better defensively. Defensively. So
they are
that is a 50-50 machine.
The matchup is going to be Raven Johnson versus Ozzie Foote. That's the matchup right now.
And you don't think Raven Johnson wants that? You don't think Raven Johnson wants that?
Oh, man.
Come on, dog. On. Hey, man.
Raven is a dog, man.
These two Final Fours are going to be really good on the men's and women's side. I really believe that. I really, truly believe that. And I can't wait.
If Tanea Laston starts off early like she's been starting on scoring, it's gonna be problems, dog. So look, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that these two teams don't fuck up today. They don't. I don't think so, but I think this shit gonna be over by halftime, bro.
I believe so too. I'm not gonna disrespect the other teams though. Like, I'm not gonna disrespect TCU. I'm not gonna disrespect Michigan, because those women, those female teams, they've worked hard to get to this point, and they're really solid teams. But it's just levels to the shit. And again, as long as the mummy don't come out and some weird shit start happening, I think we're gonna get an epic Final Four. And I can't wait for that South Carolina UConn game. Like, that's must see TV for sure.
It is.
Man, with those two coaches too, those two great minds on those benches. Come on, man. You can't ask for more than that. You really can't.
And SC then doesn't forget, they got their asses kicked by UConn last year in the national championship.
That's what I'm saying. It's lick back city all across the board. UCLA with Texas, UConn, South Carolina with UConn, and like, bro, they want that banner, man. You don't think? Come on, man. You don't think Dawn Staley? Like, come on, man. You don't think she's trying to go after Gino? You don't think she's trying to go after Gino? Come on, man. And it's gonna be hard to get to Gino, because Gino's an all-timer of all coaches, all time.
All coaches, yes.
But Dawn Staley competitive, man. She wants that. She wants that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know there's been a lot of talks of her potentially maybe getting WNBA jobs, NBA jobs. I think the only way she leaves South Carolina is if she gets an NBA job. That's the only way I think. I don't think she's going to the WNBA, and that's no disrespect to the ladies in the WNBA.
The only way Dawn will leave for the WNBA is if Becky Hammond stepped down and they was like, yeah, we want Dawn Stanley and she can coach Visa. Yeah. That would be the only reason. Yeah. That would be the only reason to me.
I think there's a conversation where I know the Aces are the dominant species in the WNBA, but man, you got to watch out for them Sparks, man. Sparks might be nasty. The Dream, you got to watch out for them. That's a good young squad. I know we're gonna talk. I can't wait to talk about the WNBA when we get closer to that. We're gonna have a lot of conversations in that. We can get into those conversations too. But
I tried to get Miss
ahead.
Ball and D on, but she can't answer me. So
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Miss Ball and D, it's all love. We miss you. Hope everything is good. And and before we get off the topic, shout out to Jewel Lloyd. I think she signed a contract to go overseas, so she's not going to be with the Aces this year. So congratulations to her on her new endeavors as well. But I can't wait.
Yeah.
Give me to Saturday. Give me to Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Then we got the draft coming.
Yeah, draft coming up quick.
Well, free agency, draft.
My boy Fernando, his pro days, and this week I think it's on Thursday.
What do you need a pro day for? For what? You working out for the Raiders?
So we can shut up this bullshit about Ty Simpson, dog.
Hey, come on, man. Fuck around, make some badass throws and shit. Niggas gonna be like, damn, that's gonna be like AC. It's gonna be the Leonardo for
Nah, we all know them fucking pro days don't really mean shit. Just watch.
They was calling Dan Orlovsky to the run, Pat McAfee.
No, he was because I know we're not on the NFL, but it's like, bro, when you literally say what big games did Fernando Mendoza played in all the big games. He had a run where he went up against Ohio State, Oregon, Bama, and Miami, and dominated and I wouldn't say dominate Ohio State, but that was the number one defense in the entire nation, and he won that game. And he wants to say some dumb shit like, oh, well, they were down. He only scored 6 points in the first half. Well, Ty Simpson scored 0 in 2 playoff games in the first. In the SEC championship game and in his first round, scored 0 points. What are we talking about?
Yeah, damn crazy.
I wouldn't say first round, but when they went up against Indiana and scored 0 points.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's talk about a little bit of J. Cole. My man was on Carmelo Anthony's show, and they asked him about him, and him saying that, all the songs he was doing, saying he's the best rapper alive and all this stuff. And this is what he had to say.
But you said something in the beginning, how on songs, how I say I'm the best on songs. It's like, ask me in real life, do I think I'm the best rapper alive?
Do you think you're the best rapper alive?
Bro, it's a nigga named Black Thought that exists. It's a nigga named Lupe Fiasco that exists. It's niggas that on any given day, even my peers, a Drake or a Kendrick, where it's like, yo, I know on any given day I can show up to the studio and give these niggas 80. But I know they can show up on any day in the studio and give me 80. And I might only have 30. So if I'm taking on a rap persona, when I'm rapping, of course, that's what I like to, that's how I like to rap. And guess what? Sometimes I hit the mark and I say shit, and I spit a verse that really might have you believe in that shit. But if you ask me in real life, do I walk around like I'm the best rapper alive? No, nigga. Like I'm the best ever? No. But when I put on that motherfucking cape, that's how I try to attack shit. And have there been things and moments and verses where I'm writing this shit and I'm like, I know niggas not fucking with this. Absolutely. But in reality, do I walk around this earth like there's no nigga better than me in real life? Like I can't get in the studio with Black Thought and he just give me 90. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, I got 25 for you. You know what I mean? Or any one of these amazing rappers. But I think people hear me say it because they don't know me for real.
Right.
They hear me say it in a verse so much when I have on the cape.
It sounds convincing like a motherfucker.
It sounds convincing because I'm really doing that shit that's going to have a nigga like, man, nigga. No, you think when you hear.
What are your thoughts on what he just said?
I don't know, man. I know J. Cole's on this run where he's kind of trying to, I don't want to say save face or anything like that, but I just think it's a situation with J. Cole where he has so much respect amongst his peers that he doesn't want to come off as this kind of cocky ass dude who's trying to disrespect other rappers and their capabilities. But come on, man, we hear it in your raps, dog. We understand who you are, dog. We know in your head that you could go bar for bar with a lot of these cats, probably all of them. We know this for a fact. And I know everybody's going to have this whole motion that they're always going to hold that carrot above your head because you apologize for a song that you wrote about Kendrick and all this other type of stuff. And at the end of the day, man, it's just like, I understand what he's trying to do, but there comes a point in time where, brother, it's just like, bro, know who you are at the same time. You're one of the greatest rappers. You can go ball for ball. If you want to do battles, you can do battles. And who knows? You may have been the victor of Kendrick and Drake. You could have been the victor. I think you're up there. I think you're up there. You can go. You could go blow for blow with Black Thought. You could go blow for Andre 3000 and Ludacris and all these other great battle rappers and wordsmith that we have. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I know it's going to turn a lot of people off because he does stuff like this, because a lot of people love the rappers to be cocky, you know what I mean? And to be this kind of like, you know, bravado type of spirit where it's like, yeah, I am the man, you know what I mean? And people gravitate towards shit like that, especially in the competitive nature. So I just think it's in the sense where he's just being super, super humble, and it's going to turn people off, but that's just who he is.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be humble and all that stuff. But there's a way of saying this.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you.
It's a way of saying, like, yo, Black Thought is dope, but I'm dope too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
Yes, Black Thought can come up and give you 80, but damn it,
yeah,
I ain't about to sit up and say that. I don't walk around there thinking I'm the best rapper. Like, nigga, no.
Yeah.
I bet you, I guarantee you, Kendrick probably say, yeah, Black Thought can pull up and put me 80, nigga, but I still think I'm the best in the world. Even Aubrey thinks that.
Yeah.
Biggie thought it. Jay thinks it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you, J. Cole. He's on this humble roll out after the fallout is dropped. I get it. And I know that's how J. Cole is. But it just comes off like, I don't know, man. It's just like he's talking about all this persona. And yes, rappers do put on, they embellish, they put on personas of, you know, who they really are. Most of the people. There are some that just tell the truth and that's who they really are. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of rappers who embellish who they really are, and they'll embellish a story or raps or whatever. But when it comes to you saying you the best ever, you went a whole summer on features telling everybody you the best. And then you tell us, well, I really don't feel that way.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So now I can't believe you when you say it.
Right.
Now it's like if I hear you say it, it's gonna be like, but you don't think that. You don't feel that way.
Nah, he don't.
You know how much ammunition people could use?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he were to indulge in a rap battle with somebody else, they would be like, man, you don't even believe you're the best. Like,
nah, I feel you. I just think it's in the sense of like he's committed to the apology, he's committed to his stance on who he is as a man. And all these conversations and all these interviews have just highlighted that even more and more. I totally agree with you. I'm on your side. Like, I'm not mad at him saying it. There's just a different way you can word it. There's a different way because it's like you're kind of belittling yourself and your talents and what you are that we've all seen your capability of being. But yet you want to downplay it like, oh, yeah, this man can give me 40, but I might give you a nice 30. Like, man, come on, dog. What are you talking about? You gonna put up 40? You might even put up 50 with him. Like, dog, don't ever belittle who you are. Like, even
if you did a song with Black Thought or Lupe Fiasco, whoever, Kendrick, whatever, and let's say they did get you on the song. All right, he got me on that song, but next song, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, no disrespect to Black Thought, but like, no, like, look, but like, I agree with you. I just think in a sense is like, he's just committed to being this humble ass rapper, and he wants to be friends with everybody. He doesn't want to go battle with anybody, and I think he's just sticking to that shit. Like, I think that moment when he had the opportunity to turn into the villain, some people just can't handle that villain role, i.e., like a LeBron James. When he became a villain in Miami, he couldn't handle that shit. That's why the motherfuckers choked against the Dallas Mavericks. He, in his thought process, and he just made the considerable effort to just understanding it even more before he actually got into the battle, before he even got into that Dallas Mavericks series. Before he's like, you know what, this ain't me. This ain't me. I might crack under that pressure because I know in deep down in my heart, I can't be the villain. I can't be the villain to Kendrick because I got so much love for Kendrick. I can't be the villain to Drake because I'm just that much. Now, if it's a motherfucker I despise, there are people that he hates. Even on this album that he dropped, it's a local rapper, but he hated that motherfucker. He killed him, but it's a local rapper. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are not going to have that kind of same like feeling. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I just think it's a situation where I think in his heart of heart and his head of head, and I could be wrong, but this is just the outside me looking in, that I just don't think he wants to be the villain. I don't think he wants to play that role. And I just think that in a sense of like, if he has to put on this situation, and if I got to be like, yo, like this man could put a 40, but I might give you a nice cool 30, 35. He know deep down inside he can go bar for bar. He just don't want to be the villain. He's just trying to be super, super nice. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of people in hip hop culture are going to be turned off by this situation. And it's just going to even fortify them even more that they don't want to hear you talk about you're the greatest, you're the best. They already kind of eliminated you from that conversation just based on what you did, and they don't want to ever hear it. But now the situations like this, it's even going to make them even more sure they don't want to ever hear you say anything about you're the best, you're the greatest, or anything like that. And they're going to put you on that plat where they might diminish you on the all-time great list because of that situation. And if he's comfortable with that, he has to eat that. He has to be honorable of that. I think he knows. He's a very smart dude. We all know he's highly intelligent. But it's when it comes to this rap conversation, when his career is all said and done, like, not all rappers are all said and done, but when we know the ultimate meat of his career is all said and done, and those conversations come when it's all-time greats, when he's going up with the Biggies and the Pacs and the Jays and the Drakes and the Kendricks and the Andre 3000s and all that stuff like that, that's going to be an asterisk to his name. And he has to be able to eat that. You know what I mean? And anybody that wants to put an asterisk on that because of the way he's handled certain situations, I'm personally not going to be mad at that. Will I? I don't know. That's something I got to sit down and think for my personal self, how I will put him on my list. But if somebody wants to do that, I'm not mad. That's your honest opinion. And you have every right to feel that way based on the history of hip hop music.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to J. Cole, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jay, though. Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to J. Cole.
Can't wait to go to that concert. That shit gonna be lit.
All right, man. What's this about MLB over NBA?
So obviously, there's been a lot of conversations about Major League Baseball. Obviously, there's been a lot of conversations with the NBA as a whole. I think there's been kind of like this witch hunt with the NBA that NBA is a bad product. I know people ever since the thing where I think due to certain TV media rights or something like that, like the projected salary cap went down $1 million, even though it's going up $12 million, but their projection was just $1 million short of what they originally thought they were going to get. And then based on that, a lot of people have been kind of having these conversations like the NBA's in a terrible spot. You know what I mean? I know there's been people questioning the expansion because of this whole, tanking situation amongst the NBA. And then obviously MLB coming off the height of the WBC, which was a great product. And the MLB with the pitch clock, I think everybody's been a big fan of the ABS. I don't know, have you been a fan of the ABS system that's been ingratiated into the Major League Baseball? Obviously, I know there's been a viral clip going around with that Reds game, and I forgot the umpire's name, black gentleman, but he was getting reamed all weekend by basis of him just getting completely dominated and humiliated by this ABS system. And I think that's another good conversation to have. So a lot of people have just been kind of having this ultimate appeal that the MLB is kind of taking over NBA as being the number 2 overall sport that people love to watch. Obviously, NFL and college football as a whole is number 1. Yeah. So I would say this. I think people have been I've been very curious why this witch hunt over the NBA has been just so dominant this last year. And I really truly believe, and I mean this with all due respect, I think people are just really, really miseducated. And I think people just want to bash the NBA for no particular reason. Let's start with the tanking situation. We haven't had a tank. Every sport has tanking issues. I think the NBA has been the one that has tried to alleviate that the most based on the lottery, them adjusting the lottery odds, this is a very unique draft because we weren't doing this last year. People weren't talking about tanking last year because that draft was nothing compared to what this is this year. I just think with the situation and how special this draft is, yes, there's a lot of teams who don't want to be in the middle of the pack. If you are rooting for a team and you know you're not going to win anything this year, you want your team to be bad so you can get the best available pick, so you can get the best available player to take your team to the heights where you want to go. That is what sports has always been in every single sport. But I've never heard this amount of complaints towards the NFL, and their shit is more egregious. You can actually lose and get the number 1 overall pick. How many teams try to tank this year? Obviously, this is not a great draft, but next year it's going to be worse. It's going to be so bad.
Arizona already putting in their plan.
It's going to be so bad, the amount of tanking that's going to happen with the NFL. But I guarantee you this, no one's going to say, oh, this is a black eye on sports. Oh, this makes the NFL unwatchable. Da, 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 da. No one would ever say that. So why are you doing this to the NBA when the NBA has actually tried to eliminate tanking? Maybe not to the best ability, because I don't think you can eliminate it. That's the basis of sports. You got to be bad to be good. You can't be in the middle of the pack and expect to be great. That just doesn't work like that. And I don't understand this conversation with the MLB. MLB, I'm super happy that MLB is becoming a little bit more popular. Absolutely. I love the addition to the ABS. I love the pitch clock. It makes the game a little bit more faster. I think there's other aspects that they can take from the international game, the WBC, as far as like the fandom, the interaction with just the intensity amongst players and the feeling of aliveness of hitting a home run and celebrating that, and not just running around the bases like you just a fucking drone. You know what I mean? Like, show some excitement. You hit a home run. You know how hard it is to hit a home run in MLB baseball? So pitchers want to get mad because homie's like doing like the fucking bullshit dance or whatever the case may be to celebrate, and you want to throw it at his head. I think that's sensitive on your part. But we're heading into a situation with the MLB baseball is, yeah, they're finding some momentum, but you know what's going to happen at the end of this year? They're going to a fucking lockout. You know why? Because there's a situation where they want to put a salary cap on these players, and these players don't want said salary cap. So the MLB is purposely going to ruin all momentum because they want to have they want to limit the players' capabilities of making money that they already have been generating. You have all-time greats like Shohei, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, your boy Bobby Witt Jr. There's a whole bunch of superstars across a lot of different teams that I think a lot of people can get behind of. But the MLB wants to be, and these owners want to try to limit other teams because they want to spend their money the right way. Well, bro, brother, if you don't want to own a team, don't own a team. If you don't want to spend the money to get said players when you have the capabilities of doing it, not saying you can do it what the Dodgers do, not saying what you could do what the Yankees do and Red Sox and so forth, but don't hold that against them. They can do it. You have the opportunity to do that. If you want to be able to manipulate your contracts and push the shit back 10 years, you can do that. Like, they're not doing anything illegal. So don't sit here and tell me the MLB is taking over the NBA when they can't even get their shit under control, even though they got minor wins here and there. Like, the NBA is in a great spot. They're selling teams for $10 billion. I think we're getting a crop of great young talent. I think the expansion draft is going to be really good. Hopefully it gets through approve. I know there's been kind of conversations where it's not officially fully guaranteed that if they don't get the amount of money that they are seeking for, that Vegas and Seattle could just get the rug pulled right underneath them. I don't think they want to alienate those cities and those fan bases like that, but it's a possibility. But I think the NBA is in a great spot, and I think people in this witch hunt with the NBA, it has to chill. It has to chill. I get certain people are not a fan of the three-point hunting, but when you look at a lot of these different teams, the Detroit Pistons aren't three-point hunting. The San Antonio Spurs, they have an inside-outside game. The Thunder, one of the best players in the league, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is a mid-range hunter. He's not a three-point shooter. That whole team is just built different. The Los Angeles Lakers, Luka Doncic, yeah, they shoot threes, but they have an inside-outside game. Nikola Jokic, they have an inside-outside game. So I don't want to hear that, yeah, a lot of teams do shoot three-pointers, but at the same time, there are aspects of the game where I think they're starting to feature the mid-range game a little bit better because there are players coming in this league that are way athletic. They can guard the three-point better. We're getting a lot of great 3-and-D guys. And you got players that are sitting on the bench that could potentially be starters. So when we get these two expansion teams, I want to try to do this expansion draft, but these goddamn fucking websites are not working. And I want to kind of show people like the kind of talent that Vegas could get, that Seattle could get. And I think it would open up the eyes that these teams may not be as bad. Again, it all comes up from the top, the coaching and the management and the ownership. If you guys get those right, and you got people that actually want to develop these players and actually invest into the talent, you can have a great squad, yeah. But every year there's going to be terrible teams, middle of the road teams, and great teams. That just comes with sports. But don't sit here and try to tell me MLB is going ahead of NBA when they're about to go on a lockout and kill all momentum that they have. I don't know how do you feel?
No, I agree with you. Look, baseball has had a couple of good years, past few years, but I'm not gonna put it over basketball yet. You know what I'm saying? Still, yeah, you got some few household names out there, but they don't have more household names in the NBA.
No.
Point blank clear. They don't have more household names. There's not a lot of people who are fan of baseball like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're telling these crowds, go watch a Pirates game. Go watch a A's game. Shout out to
watch a Marlins game. Go watch a Marlins game.
Yeah,
like
go watch some stadiums, man. They're empty. There's about 5 people out there. I don't care how bad the Wizards are. He's still going to the game.
You still got Trae Young and Anthony Davis on that squad. And I know they're not playing. I know Anthony Davis is not playing. I don't know Trae Young's not playing here and there.
I guarantee there's people in the crowd.
Yeah, dog. Like, maybe we can have a different conversation. And the thing is, I think people are so quick. That's why I think the switch hunt of the NBA is just ridiculous. Like, we won't tell if the MLB can take over the NBA until these new crop of younger kids, who's playing what sport, who's watching what, you're not going to know until 10, 15 years from now. If the MLB can take over the NBA. Like, let's see. I think there's still more people playing basketball than there are in Major League Baseball, especially here in America. Like, obviously, we do get a kick out of the Little League World Series and stuff like that. It's amazing. But as far as like newsworthy, the NBA is especially newsworthy. I think the NBA is up there with the NFL. I think they par for par as far as like news wise. And I've already explained some of my irritations with the NFL. And the kind of the ways they're going about it. And I know everybody wants to put the NFL on like this high pinnacle. And I love the NFL. I love football. But let's admit, sometimes the NFL can be a very, very boring sport to watch, especially going to the game. I think it's not the most entertaining game when you go. It depends on a certain atmosphere and the way the game is kind of flowing. I think that's with a lot of sports. But when they start adding these 18, 20 games that we kind of talked about on Wednesday, if you didn't listen, like let's go to the when what's my man's name? Pablo Torre and Mike Florio. Watch Pablo Torre's show on YouTube when he talked to Mike Florio about the potential futures of the NFL. And you tell me it's a good thing or not. You tell me when you don't have preseason games to practice, when you don't have enough time to heal your body up. And we see the kind of games that we get on Christmas Day on a Wednesday and stuff like that. And we see how bad that product is. And we're in a potential span where we can have football every single day of the week in the next 10 years. You tell me that product is going to be really good? I don't think so. Luckily, Thursday Night Football last year was just good enough. Like, and I don't know if that's going to be I don't know if that was an anomaly or a consistent trend. We'll find out this year. But now you got a whole situation where we're definitely not going to have the original NFL refs, and we already know how much we hate them motherfuckers. Now we're about to get Division 2, Division 3, some maybe high school referees to come in and referee these games. And I get it; they're going to pass that rule where the NFL can come in and step in and correct calls. I know they're going to do a situation where I know the last time where they had the referees where I think they didn't start training them until like June, maybe July. So I think they're going to push that up to May. Like, so they get an extra like month of training. But I think we're still going to have the same issues with that. So you're going to tell me that's going to be a good product when we have these replacement referees coming into this game and trying to referee it. And then imagine if there's a situation where the NFL has to step in on every other play to correct these calls. You know how long it's going to drag out the game? Like, I don't know. You tell me. So I think every league has its greatness and some stuff they all need to work on. But don't sit here and tell me that the MLB's over the NBA. It's just a dumb conversation.
Yeah, look, man. I don't get that conversation. I'm not feeling that one. Like I said, until baseball players get on the same level as far as superstardom as some of these NBA players, you can talk to me then. But that's far from the truth. Yes,
I
they've had
think
a couple of good seasons. It's been
yeah,
good. Baseball's thriving again. They
yeah.
trying to find ways to change the game, and we got some stars. Otani, Judge, Bobby Wood Jr. Just to name a few. There's some out there, but at the same time, Bobby Wood Jr. is good, but he ain't a household name.
He's not an international name. A lot of people forget NBA is an international game. It's not just America. Like NFL is not an international game. NBA is an international game. Major League Baseball is an international game. I think Shohei's probably the only player, maybe even Aaron Judge to a degree.
Yeah,
I think Shohei's probably the only player that I think could go up with the likes of a LeBron James, that could go up the likes with a Steph Curry, that can go up the likes when Kobe was still alive and Michael Jordan, because of just the aura of Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge and Bobby Wood Jr.'s and who else is out there? Who else is out there? There's a lot of players out there that
Juan Soto,
Bryce Harper,
the
the pitcher from the Pirates. What's his name? Tall Skews with him.
Yeah.
Schemes or whatever his name is. Schemes. Yeah.
Scheme.
You know what I mean? I know he's becoming more of a household name of just how great of a pitcher he is and stuff like that. I think the MLB could potentially get that, but
he's a Dodger.
Yeah, but again, it's just like, especially in our community, especially in the Black community, how many great Black baseball players are really out there, that we can kind of gravitate ourselves and look at ourselves into, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's another conversation. Like, are there gonna be more Black athletes that choose to play baseball over NFL and basketball? Like, is that okay? Because you still gotta remember, like, Major League Baseball is cool, but you know how hard it is to make it to the major leagues with AA and AAA, like that shit. Like they be sending your ass to fucking Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yeah, baseball is a hard sport to crack, man. Like you could be in the minors for the rest of your life.
For real. And it's hard to make it's hard to make the NFL. It's hard to make the NBA. It's hard to make Major League Baseball. So when you look at that capability, it's like, all right, my track to get to the NBA, my track to get to the NFL, or my track to get to Major League Baseball. Now, if you're that talented, like you're gonna make it. Like if Kyle Murray chose to play fucking Major League Baseball, I think he would have made the majors. Like I just think he just would have made it. But it's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? And especially the amount of money that you can make overseas with some of these teams in basketball. Like, you got cats over there making, $1 million, 2.5. You know what I mean? Are you getting that with international Major League Baseball? I don't know how much they pay in Japan or anything like that. I'm not really too sure. If somebody knows in the chat, put it in there. But
Yeah. It's not like what it used to be, man. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Those were the sports you play. You play football, you play basketball, you play baseball, or maybe a little soccer, you know what I'm saying? But mostly baseball and you know what I'm saying, basketball and football. That's what you play. So,
and I would say this with basketball before we move on, it is going to become more expensive to play basketball, especially with these AAU teams. You know what I mean? With traveling, baseball's expensive too. You know what I mean? So
that's another reason
I think that comes into effect as well. I think basketball's still probably cheaper, but you know what I mean? And probably football too. I think football is probably cheaper as well. You know what I mean? As far as like the getting into that, I think that's another conversation that I think is evolved into kind of like the maturing of what sport could be the best in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing about football too is that now you don't have to play padded football. You know what I'm saying? You can play flag football. Even in high school, they got leagues, they got scholarships for people to play flag football. You got these 7-on-7 leagues nowadays that, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to particularly play padded football. You like, or you can play 7-on-7, whatever. But yeah, it's less expensive because you just pay at least a flat fee. Yeah, you got to get your cleats and maybe some accessories that you need, but they provide the pads and the helmets and stuff for you. So whereas in baseball, you got to go out there and get the cleats, the baseball, the mitt, you know what I'm saying, the bat, whatever position you play, you know what I'm saying? Like that's an expensive sport.
Yeah, and then I think it gets even deeper than that. When you look at this regime of this presidency and how much money they've taken away from certain certain institutions, like now you got this whole conversation about HBCUs being defunded and situation like that. Like how many scholarships are getting taken away from a lot of kids that could have the opportunity from these inner city youths? Like now you're taking those opportunities away, and then with the NIL money, like they're going to be even more pretentious on who they give that money to, as far as like who they're going to invest themselves in. They're going to do. Like it's not like those Rudy days might be over. Like real talk, those Rudy players might be over. And I get it; those aren't the players that tend to end up being superstars. But there could be a talent that's in these inner cities that doesn't get the true opportunity to show who they could really be, and have that potential to be developed into the next superstar. So I think that's a whole nother conversation that I don't think gets talked about as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, man, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
That's Magnet Sports Drink. All right, man. PS5 Pro raising prices.
Yeah.
Because Sony has announced that its impending price raise for the PS5 effective April 2nd. As a result, the price of the console is going up to $899 from the current $749. Sony is citing global pressure for the price raise that has also affected the standard PS5 and PlayStation Portal. The PS5 disc and digital editions are up by $100 to $650, $600 respectively. You got anything else to add?
Nah. What are your thoughts with the price increase?
I wouldn't get no PS5 Pro anyway, so
yeah, but just as a whole, like the trend of where it's heading to, I think we're heading to a situation where I think that the PS6 is easily going to be over $1,000 at this rate.
Brother, we saw this coming. They not announced this. I knew the PS6 was going to be $1,000. I knew this. Like, what we doing? Better get your Klarnas. Better get your firm ready. Pay that monthly bill.
Well, yeah, I think it's a situation where I think it's obviously I'm sure like Sony has they've done their research as far as like the proper pricing for this stuff, and then obviously when you have situations like Affirm and other services where you can buy now, kind of pay later in installments and stuff like that. I think that's kind of what they're booking on. I think even Sony has started a new program in Europe where you can lease a PS5, and I won't be surprised if that's a situation where I think people will use more, especially in a climate like this. Like, look, I know I'm gonna sound like one of them. I know we're starting to sound like them old grandpas, back in my day stuff. But back in my day, like you could get like the trend of older video game consoles getting more expensive as the lifeline continues is crazy to me. I understand we're in a climate of where a lot of these RAMs are getting used up from all these data centers, AI is being involved and stuff like that. And I get it. Those make the prices of that go up. And then obviously with Trump doing what he's doing with all these tariffs and stuff like that. And then obviously the war and everything being affected by the Strait of Hormuz being closed and gas not, fuel not being able to get delivered and processed faster the way we used to be. Everything's going up in price, and everything that's going on with the climate in today has just kind of sped up things faster than what it should have been. You know what I mean? Like, I think this should have been the price. I was expecting this before everything went down. I was expecting that the 900 price point would have been for the PS6. Now we're getting to a point where by the time the PS6 comes out in 2030, we might be looking at a $1,300 system. That is a fact. You know what I mean? We might be looking at prices of what PCs used to cost, $1,300 to $1,500. You know what I mean? Including video games. Eventually, that's going to go up. We all see the writing on the wall with that. Those are going to start going up. We all know using the online services is eventually going to go up. Like, it gets to the point where you're starting to outprice. It gets to a point where a lot of these companies where they got to ask themselves, which they probably will never will, but when does it get a point when enough's enough? When you start outpricing people. And then it gets to the situation, of national debt, where people are going to put themselves in debt to get a video game console, to get a said video game, which we're already in enough debt as it is. And it's just going to be a rotating factor where it's just like, everything is going to eventually you might have to start doing a payment plan on getting bananas. Like, you might have to start doing a payment plan of finding your next meal. Like that's the trend where, and I know that's probably a little extreme, but it's getting crazy. And I know a lot of these companies, and I know what Cris is going to say. These companies don't give a fuck. These companies are expecting that these people will find a way to purchase said thing because they're gonna have FOMO, a fear of missing out. You know what I mean? They're gonna have that instance. And obviously, we know what they're doing. They're getting ready for the release of GTA 6. Cris still believes it's not coming out. Brother, it's coming out. It's coming out. I don't think
it was never coming out.
No. It's coming out this year. It's coming out this year. I will book it. I will guarantee it. They are getting you mentally prepared. And then on top of that, I think the way they did it, as far as like them announcing like a week or two in advance, I think it's going to push people to probably buy a PS5 Pro before they raise the prices by Thursday. I think that's a high probability, especially if you put in the instance of we're not going to get the PS5 6 for the next 4, maybe 5 years at this rate. So why not go ahead and spend the $750 and save me $150? If I was eventually going to get a PS5 Pro, why not just get it now? You know what I mean? Like, I think you're going to have people that go trend that way. You know what I mean? You might even have fucking scalpers or whatever the case may be, who end up buying a lot of these PS5 Pros or PS5s or whatever, and hawk those and then end up selling those for resale value. I think that could be a potential too, because I think it might be even harder for Sony to ship out some of these PS5 Pros. That they might be, you know what I mean? We might go back to the days where you couldn't find a PS5 and a PS5 Pro just because of the amount of them being able to get manufactured and shipped out with everything that's going on. So, and with the way this war is going, this war ain't going away anytime soon. So we know it's just going to be even more of a slow trickle down effect of things getting more expensive, things getting more hard to ship. You already have situations where the U.S. Postal Office is already saying that shipping is going to go up because of fuel. So, that's going to cost you even more when you order stuff from Amazon and Best Buy and all that other stuff like that. And if it's starting now, if this war keeps going on and the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, and we still got everything going on with this administration, it's just going to get more. This time next year, they might do another price increase where that PS5 Pro might go up to over $1,000. You know what I mean? It's just a trickle down effect, and I think people need to be. They should be a little bit worried. And I know the PlayStation ain't the most biggest necessity, but I think this is just the outline of everything else that's going around that is a necessity that will get more expensive.
Start saving up, people. That's all I can tell you. Start saving up. Start saving up. How
much do you think GTA 6 is going to cost when it comes out? You think they do
$700?
Or you think they do 100? You think it'll be 100 for the game? GTA 6,
just the basic.
The game, yeah, it's just the game. It's $100. You already see it when you with deluxe packs where deluxe games are $100 because you get extra stuff in it, but.
It's gonna be like, I don't know. I think it'll still be like $6.99, $7.89.99. Then the DLCs, whatever you got, you come
I
with
think
the grenade launcher or whatever.
I think the base pack will be, I think, anywhere from $80 to $90. That's what I think. I think when GTA 6 come out, I think the base will be 80 to 90. I think 100, 120 for like, you get the DLC or something like that. I could see them doing a special for some of their DLCs or something for their online stuff. I could see that.
Yeah.
And they'll do package deals with GTA 6 for over $1,000. That's gonna happen too. Special edition joints.
That's crazy. Shout out to GameStop. They said you got to April 4th. They're gonna give you extra credit if you turn in your PlayStation to get a PlayStation profile.
Oh yeah, don't you get like $400 or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
350, 400.
It's gotta be in good condition though.
Right, Mark. That don't claim them in-game purchases. You know what I mean? You saw that shit with Fortnite. Like they raised their little V-Bucks or whatever and shit like that. So them shits is more expensive now.
That's
See the trend on the wall.
And free games that you can download. You got to buy all the accessories. All the kids want them.
It's expensive to game now, boy. It's expensive to game, boy. Man, bring back Blockbuster, bro. Let's start renting these games out again. Blockbuster will hit right now. I ain't gonna lie. Blockbuster would hit right now. Just rent the game, bro. Just rent the game, man. Like all that, I wouldn't be surprised if all that shit start coming back. Renting games, Blockbusters. What was the shit that we had with Cox? Remember the thing with Sega Genesis? Remember you could buy that shit and get all the Sega. You get that. Hey, we should start investing in that. Renting video games might be a big thing. It could be a comeback. It could be a comeback.
You gotta have the inventory for that, though. We ain't got no inventory.
You got the money. You got the money for the inventory. You can do it. Sega Channel. Yes. Sega Channel, yeah. Shit like that. I won't be surprised. You kind of already get that now with when you buy the PlayStation Premium, you can play the older games and stuff like that. It's kind of like the same sense. Hollywood videos, yep.
Oh, save you money. Let's do our BetUS Surefire Picks.
Yeah.
What you got?
So for tonight, big game. Obviously, obviously they're not having their superstar with the Pistons, but I'm gonna take the Pistons plus 12 with the Thunder. I just think it's a situation. I think the Pistons have been playing very, very well, even without Cade Cunningham. They've been playing some really tough ball, and I think they'll keep it close. But I think the Thunder will still win. I got the Wolves -7 against the Mavs. We all know the Mavs are just tanking, so I would definitely take the Wolves. And then for the ladies, I got to take Texas -10 against Michigan, and I'm taking South Carolina -14.5 against Tennessee.
Taking the Sixers -2.5 over the Heat. I'm taking the Celtics money line over the Hawks. I'm taking the Phillies -1.5 over the Nationals. We go to any of our social media platforms, you see the BetUS link. Go ahead and click on it. First time users only. Sign up. You put the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% sign bonus plus 10% gambling insurance. There's 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits of $100 up to $5,000. So that means if you bet $100 on your first 3 deposits that you bet and you lose, keep your money. So you can win you some money or you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits. So go over there, sign up, tell Cris sent you. And that does it for our BetUS Surefire Picks. Royals, Phillies, Blue Jays, Texans, points. Right. I'm not so about the Royals the way they looked this weekend, Mark. They won yesterday, but still. All right, Ryan Garcia, thoughts on Bud Crawford. What you got for me, Mark?
So Ryan Garcia, man, he's been making some waves about Bud Crawford. I got this clip where he speaks his little mind and get your thoughts.
could definitely see Crawford, bro. What do you mean? Terence Crawford really hasn't beat nobody other than Errol Spence Jr. that went through a car crash. Who has he beat? He hasn't beat nobody, bro. He's not gonna beat nobody, bro. Terence Crawford is overhyped. Bum, bro. I'm sorry.
Just some thoughts. He also, made some other statements about Terence Crawford. Obviously, he hinted at him not finding anybody. He thinks that he could beat him. Says that, he was kind of scared of fighting people, didn't give younger superstars an opportunity to fight him. What's your thoughts with Ryan Garcia kind of going off and also kind of claiming that he wants to fight Terence Crawford?
Can't nobody who lost to Rolly Romero say anything about Bud Crawford. I repeat, can't no boxer who lost to Rolly Romero clearly can say anything about Bud Crawford. Ryan Garcia, I want you to shut up. No, I want you to shut the fuck up. Shut up. You got your win over Mario Barrios, who everybody searches out a win against him, respectfully. So we all knew you was gonna win that fight. But I don't want to hear you say anything about Bud Crawford because you can't beat nobody on the people that he beat. Even the ones that don't have no name, you wouldn't have beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm tired of this Errol Spence. Oh, he was in a car accident. Y'all wasn't saying that before the fight happened.
No.
Every person who was going into that fight, oh, Terence Crawford too small, he too little. Errol Spence gonna beat his body up. Then after the fight, oh, he didn't look the same. Oh, the car injuries, like all the excuses. Shout out to Errol Spence, but still. And then Canelo fight, even the Canelo fight. What we hearing? He's too small. He's moving up in weight. Canelo, he catch him one good time, it's over.
And ain't Bud older than Canelo? Ain't Bud older than Canelo?
He is older than Canelo.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's just searching for a fight. That's all. He's searching for a fight, and Bud ain't gonna fall for it. He's not.
I wish he would. I wish he was just like, you know what? I'll give you some coins. I'll whoop that ass and give you some bread. That's what this is. Come on, man. We know.
He knew, but he knows that he's not gonna do it because Crawford's not gonna go back down to 147.
He's not. He's not. And you're not going up to where he's at. So, look, man. I know what this play is, and I don't know if Garcia's back on the drugs. I do not know. But he's tripping, dog. And I don't know where this hate of Terence Crawford came from. And I think people missed the perception of Terence Crawford. I think a lot of people were in fear of Terence Crawford. I think that's why he didn't get none of those fights that he was requesting. Yeah. I think even on his Twitter, he even asked to fight Fedor, but they said he wasn't a big enough superstar. That's what Terence Crawford quoted on his Twitter. So at the end of the day, you got to take him for word. And then every challenge that Terence Crawford was put in front of him, I don't want to hear that car crash with Errol Spence. As you stated, Cris, very eloquently, no one said anything of that. Everybody, all I heard was it was shark season and that Errol Spence was going to dominate Terence Crawford. Sir, is that what you heard? Because that's what I heard. Yes. Everywhere I went, when everybody talked about who was room for Errol, like, oh, it's light work, it's shark season. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. But then when they walked into that ring and when they touched them gloves, we saw the results of what happened. Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence into half retirement. And I love Errol. And I'm rooting for Errol. And I think he's been looking good with some of the videotape I've seen of him training. So he's look good. I like the way he looks like he's in really good shape. And I'm rooting for him. But let's call a spade a spade. It was light work. When he went into Canelo, jumped 2 weight classes. He older than Canelo. What was it? All I heard was, oh, light work. Canelo go dog walk him. Ain't gonna be nothing. Might be out in 5. Might be out in 4. What do we see? We saw a boxing clinic. A boxing clinic. And whooped his ass. Younger too. Like, what are we talking about? This is a point where people are just hating on greatness at this point. Like, people know Crawford is retired. They can say whatever the fuck they want. They can kind of demean. It gets to the point where it's kind of like when you're out of sight, you're out of mind, and people want to kind of like disrespect you, what you've done in your career. And people want to kind of manipulate stories in their head and kind of not and forget what the reality of the situation was in Terence Crawford's career. And I know people are always going to hold that Madrimov fight over his head, and Madrimov, kind of beat him up a little bit. Even though Terence Crawford ended up winning pretty easily, towards the end. People don't, and we all know how weird movement Madrimov is. He's a weird guy who's a heavy puncher, but he figured it out. You know what I mean? Like, if Ryan Garcia was in that fight, he might have got knocked the fuck out.
He might have lost. He probably would have lost to Madrimov.
Like I try to like Ryan. I know Ryan said a lot of egregious shit. I know. It's just he's kind of like on the same moment as Teofimo with me. I used to be big fans of these cats, but they say some of the once they open their mouth, Alicia Bumgarner too. It's like you got certain fighters where I did like you before, but once you open up your mouth, I'm like, oh, you one of those? Oh, come on, dog. And I get it. You're trying to sell something that is not going to ever happen. You know what I mean? And if it was maybe like you didn't ask for Terence Crawford when he was at that weight, so why are you asking for him now when you know he's not there? You had the opportunity to do that when you was a superstar yourself not too long ago. So I don't know, man. I know what the ploy is. I don't know if he's having a hard time of getting the Devin Haney fight. I don't know if he... Obviously, he could do the Rolly Romero rematch and try to get his lick back. But I feel like at this moment in time, he's just begging for a big-ass payday. I don't know why, but it's not like he has, it's not like his career is going to be cut anytime soon unless something tragic happens. But I don't know what his purpose is with that. And I don't know if he's just trying to get in the news for what. But he don't need that either. He's a well-known boxer who doesn't need the attention because he's gonna generate it regardless when he just walks in the room. It is clickbait shit, but he don't need the clickbait. He's a superstar. No matter what people want to say about Ryan Garcia in his career, he's one of the superstars in the sport. He's one of the most well-known names in the sport. He doesn't need this shit. He doesn't need it. Take your energy and use that with fucking goddamn Devin Haney. Take that energy with Shakur Stevenson. Take that energy with Tank. See what's up with Tank. What's up? You know what I mean?
You don't want them, bro.
but you're gonna talk to a retired boxer who just accomplished everything in his career. Like, you're not the guy that's gonna get him out of retirement, buddy. You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
And nobody who lost to Rolly Romero can talk about
exactly. That's what are we talking about, dog? You really want those problems? Like, we saw, like, brother, you couldn't even handle Errol, and you saw what Terence Crawford did with Errol. What do you think Terence Crawford would do with you? Even, let's say hypothetically, he even decided to come back down the way. Just say for the fuck of it. Just for the fuck of it. I'm bored as shit. This motherfucker, like, you know what? Retirement is boring as fuck. You know what? I'll put my body through that shit because I know I could probably go back down. Do I want to do it? But I know I'm gonna get $80 million for this fucking fight because it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell, and we're gonna see the ass whooping of a fucking lifetime. And I will pay to watch that. I would.
Yeah, it's. I don't get where he's going.
I don't know. Right here. It's just you have other boxers you could put all this energy into, and you ain't doing that. I don't know what.
Go fight Devin Haney. After Devin Haney beat the hell out of Rolly, go ahead and fight him.
Like, bro, you ain't even saying this about Rolly. I haven't heard anything about Rolly. Rolly the one whooped your ass. You could go back there and I'll be like, I respect that. He wants his lick back. Cool. You got Javante waiting. You ain't saying nothing about him. Shakur. You kind of say shit about Shakur, but you're kind of half-hearted on that shit. You're not as enthusiastic as about it is with this Terence Crawford.
He already said he's got to come to 147.
Yeah.
I want Shakur Stevens to stay at 140 and 135.
We all know what. Yeah, but we all know what fight we want. The Devin Haney fight. That's the one we want. Yes, that's the one we want. So use that energy for that. Stop bullshit. It sounds like you're bullshitting. It sounds like you're trying to run away from shit that's just clearly in your face. And this is surprising. I'm on Devin Haney's side right now. This has been a long time since I've been on the Devin Haney side. Like, bro, what are you doing? He's right there, bro. He wants the shit. He wants the smoke. Like, come on. He wants his lick back. He motivated this shit. Come on, man. What we on? That's crazy. You got me on Devin Haney's side right now, bro. That's how bad it is right now. That's bad. You want to talk about your boy? We can talk about your boy. The ass whooping that happened over the weekend. Let's talk about it, dog. Let's talk about this fight that was supposed to be.
It ain't my boy now. Calm down,
bro.
Man.
Come on, man.
No, I did like Keith Thurman. But look, man, he looked old. Yeah. He looked like he just couldn't get in. He couldn't get past that 6'6" frame. He just couldn't. I don't get what the game plan for him was. His corner.
I didn't watch the fight. I just saw highlights. You gotta tell me. I didn't get.
I watched the fight, man. He didn't go in there with a game plan. Well, his team was telling him, go to the body. You gotta go to the body, close it. And I know it's hard because Fedor is he's a cheat code because he's 6'6" and he's like
he got arms of Kevin Durant. Yeah, he's long as shit.
Yeah, he's long as shit. And so you got to get past that jab, and then he's got the long ass uppercut he throws at you and then hooks, and it's just difficult. Now, do I think he's hittable? I don't think he's invincible. I've seen Fedor go down. I've seen him get cracked. I have. So he's not invincible. I thought the first fight against Tim Tszyu was whooping his ass in that first fight. And then the elbow to the head just changed everything. It changed Tim Tszyu's career. Like he wasn't even the same after that. Mm-hmm. But Tim Tszyu was whooping him in the first fight, and then it just went all downhill. And then he beat him. And even in the second fight, once what's the name started making it a brawl, that's what you gotta do with Fedor. You gotta brawl his ass. If you're trying to box him, that's playing right into his hands, man. And that's what Thurman just kept bouncing around left and right. And then what's your name was just tagging his ass and just hitting him, just catching him, and just at 6th round. It was up.
It seemed like Thurman didn't have no head movement. Was he moving his head at all, or was he just a stationary?
He was slipping him a little bit, but he was moving a lot. When you're 37, you can't continuously move like that, bro. You gotta close the gap, get inside. And it was one part I've never seen Keith Thurman this desperate. This man was throwing some wild punches in that 6th round, like desperation,
yeah.
It just missed it. And it was just like, man, it's over, Keith. It's over, brother.
Yeah,
but like I was telling the homie on X, the homie Kevin, I think Boots can get him. I think Ortiz can have a good match with him.
Oh, with Fedor?
But I think if Charlo's in rare form.
Man, I don't want to hear Charlo's name, man. I don't want to hear Charlo, bro. I'm so tired of Charlo.
I'm just saying, if he does fight Fedor, I think he has a good chance of beating, bro.
Are they ever going to fight?
Well, they just showed Charlo, and he said he won Fedor. He said he won.
All right, man. Well, let's make. I won't believe it. Charlo brothers are like. I will believe it when I see them on the stage talking their shit. Like it's to that point. I like, bro. Like, where y'all at? We want to see y'all fight. I like the Charlo brothers in the boxing ring. I do. It just gets so lame when it's just over and over again. Something new with them where it's just like they can't get
bigger twin. The bigger twin is working out with Errol Spence. So
I seen that. I seen that in
those two are cool. The brothers ain't clicking right now. They ain't cool.
Nah,
So, and we know Errol Spence ain't cool. I think
did they get an official date for Errol's fight?
June 26th.
June 26th. That's in Dallas, right?
Or June 27th or something like that. It's in June. I know that. I don't think they gave an official date, but I know they said it was going to be in June. It might be in Dallas Stadium or AT&T Stadium. So
you want to talk about Boots getting announced?
Yeah. June 27th, him and Xander Zayas, they both got belts, so this is a unification belt match. Look, man, Xander Zayas, he's a nice up and coming young fighter, but I don't think he's a match for Boots. I think Boots is gonna beat him. It's gonna be cool, but I just think Boots is the better fighter, and I just think this is a stepping stone. Hopefully, after this fight, possibly later down the line, maybe we get him and Ortiz once the bullshit gets out of the way, because I think the fight still gets made eventually. Maybe it just wasn't time for it right now.
Me too.
Once Ortiz gets his legal issues with De La Hoya out the way, hopefully we can make this fight maybe later this year or early next year. So
yeah, I agree with you. No, I agree with you. I think this will be a great fight in New York. I think the atmosphere will be lit in that motherfucker. I know you're gonna get a lot of Philly fans that will travel. It's like only like an hour and a half drive or something like that from Philly. So I think it'll be a good, entertaining fight. I agree with you though. I think Boots should win. Boots should win. I think he'll do it in the stylistic.
And if unfortunately we don't get the Ortiz fight for whatever reason, then I'm cool with either him, Charlo, in Texas, regardless, because Houston and Dallas gonna be outside. Yeah. And then if not that one, give me Fedor. I'm cool with that one.
Oh, him and Fedor. Yeah, we'll see what's up. Like, I think the main goal should be this Virgil Ortiz fight. I just think they've built this up. I think the whole stage of them, doing the ring shit. Like, I just think you've done too much to not try to make this fight without exhausting every single opportunity to do that. I think there's still a probability where that still don't work, but we'll see. Again, like, we'll see what the whole situation with Oscar De La Hoya, if he can fucking be mature and step away and do that stuff and kind of just move on. I'm very curious to see what they do with this undercard, who they also have on this card, to see who they pair up with Boots. I think we might see another good name on that card. We'll see what's up.
Maybe Charlo, maybe the other Charlo brother.
Maybe that might, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that might be another opportunity with Charlo, or or maybe even on the Errol Spence card, that might be a shot with him doing that too. So, but it's looking like summer's going to be highly entertaining. You know what I mean? I know we're getting towards the Wilder fights coming up. Tyson Fury's next, or Wilder next?
I think it's Wilder.
Wilder. It's not this weekend, right? Or next? Is it next weekend or this week?
Hold on, let me see.
So I know Tyson Fury's like mid-April, in April.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Usyk fighting too?
I think not until he's doing that bullshit fight with the kickboxer. Remember, he's doing that one in front of the pyramids or some shit. I think that one's in May. I want to say that one's in May.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder this weekend.
Deontay Wilder's this weekend. No, okay, cool. We'll see what's up with D Wilder. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know how much. He got more left.
I think he beats Derek. Chose is not that good of a fighter.
What's the ultimate goal? He gets what, the Usyk fight, or he gets the Fury fight? What's the ultimate goal for him?
I don't want to see him fight Fury ever again in life.
I don't want to see that. Is it the Usyk fight? You deserve that
probably
fight?
Maybe even Usyk, or maybe even your boy, because he's
Who?
back in the gym.
Who?
Joshua. He's back in the gym.
I could see a situation where,
even though I think they want Fury and Joshua,
I could see an eliminator kind of situation where they kind of do Joshua, him, and then if Fury wins, maybe they do the Usyk Fury number 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
also, hey, shout out to that Moses. What's his name? Moses, whatever the dude's name is. Become a young dude. He knocked out this dude so cold with the uppercut.
I think I saw the highlight of that. Yeah, I think I saw that highlight. Yeah, that was nasty.
If we can get him, I wish that he was able to fight. Him and Richard Torres would be a hell of a fight.
Yeah. Nah, it would be. Ain't he fighting soon? Ain't Richard Torres fighting soon?
Well, he was supposed to fight this past weekend at Thurman card, but he got Frank Sanchez got hurt.
Maybe they pushed him to a card in June.
Pushed it back. I think they pushed it back. Pushed the fight back. So I
think
they're putting it on. I think they're putting it on the Zordo Benavidez card.
Yeah, and honestly, we'll see what happens with Benavidez. I think if Benavidez goes out and dominates that fight, who says that maybe one of those guys don't take on David Benavidez and he just moves up all the way to heavyweight?
I think they're trying to push him to fight that Australian dude in the cruiserweights. That's really good. Okay. Yeah, like he just had a knockout win, or I think he just dominated. But still, I think that's the dude, because he just Benavidez went up and shook his hand like, I want to fight you next. So, so I think that's the next move.
Did they announce the Canelo fight? Did they announce who Canelo's gonna fight in September or something? They haven't announced that shit yet. Who do you think that one will be?
That's a good question. I don't know, man. Who can he fight at 168 or 175 right now? I really don't know.
I think they were trying to push that maybe that Arabian dude. What's his name?
Maybe
the one that but he didn't look too good in his last fight though.
I think his last fight when he knocked out your boy.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of another Arabian fighter. I think he lost.
He knocked out. What's his name?
Maybe it's that one. Maybe that might be the fight.
Yeah, he fought. I forgot the name. He fought Canelo on loss.
Yeah.
But yeah, young dude. But he got damn near he got beat up really bad. So maybe that's the move. I'm sure the Excellency would probably want to make that.
Yeah, we're still seeing I think hopefully we find out soon who Tank will fight. I think that's kind of like the next big domino to see who he fights.
I think it's gonna be Pitbull.
I think it'll be Pitbull too. I think that's all the rumors. And then we'll see who Shakur fights. And then obviously we got the big Japanese fight. June, right? June. Nakatani versus I know, man, but they trying like it's to a point like, all right, bro.
Man,
like,
give us Bam and Inoue, man.
That's what we need. That's what we need. Hey, that's what they need. They trying to hold off on that fight for I don't know what they waiting on. Oh, and shout out to ISIS-CO. I think the report. I don't know if we talked about it, but she finally woke up from her coma, and I heard she's doing pretty good. The female boxer that got knocked out, and then they had to put her in the coma. Yeah, mm-hmm. She woke up, and I think she's talking. I think she went home. I think that got reported last week. So I'm happy to hear that. Glad, and we'll see what happens with the future of her career. If she's going to continue or if they decide to put a little hold on that. So we'll see, but I'm glad she's doing better.
Yeah. Alicia Gardner, she got a fight coming up too.
Yeah, we'll see.
She fight the girl that fought Caroline Dubois.
Yeah. I don't know. Women's boxing is in a weird space right now. I don't know. It's just not a lot of excitement
right now. There's some fights to be made. They just,
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fighters that are coming up that I think it will get exciting here in the next year or two. But right now with Clarissa Shields, no one who's going to fight Clarissa Shields at that point. There's no one exciting that could even compete with her right now.
I think the only fight that you can make is either the chick at 168 or Michaela, the black chick that everybody's talking about. That she called out.
Michaela Meyer?
Yeah, Michaela Meyer. The Michaela Meyer will be a more box office because Michaela's more household mean, but the other chick, she a big chick. So
yeah, but what do you think that result's going to be with Michaela Meyer against Clarissa Shields? What do you think that result?
I think Clarissa Shields.
Exactly, dog. Like I need somebody that could give Clarissa some kind of challenge, dog. I think
that's why I think the other chick will give her a challenge. I think she.
Yeah, we'll see. Do they wait on that to help her build her name up so they can actually sell the fight, or do they just go?
Well, I think they probably are. That's why they made this deal with ESPN. They probably gonna try to showcase her a little bit more.
I wish I loved the deal. I think that would be great for women's boxing. So we'll see. I think this year is going to be kind of like white noise with women's boxing right now. I just don't see anything exciting happening.
And I don't see nobody beating what's her name, sister.
Oh, she looked good. She looked good. She looked good.
I don't see nobody. She's the same way as him. Like she's tall.
Is she in the same way class? Is she in the same weight as Lisa? Lisa Bowman?
Nah, she's smaller actually. She's like
she's smaller.
114.
So who else is in her weight class that could be like a super fight? No. Well, yeah, her and Fendora's sister.
I don't know. I have to look because she's in a small weight class, so I don't know who she will fight. There have been somebody that they said that will be a good fight for her, but I forgot. It might have been that Scott Nicholson chick. I don't know.
No, okay.
Well, Alicia, there's Caroline. Well, I think she's a weight class down from Caroline, but if she moved up, that would be the fight. Right. Man Serrano's still sitting around there. I think that's pretty much it for right now. I had to really look. There's an Asian chick. She kind of like anyway. She be knocking chicks out.
Oh yeah, I heard about her. She look good. I don't know. We'll see.
She be knocking chicks out. So.
We'll see. I think they got to build up those names though.
Yeah. All right, man. You got any NBA news?
NBA news. Let's check it out. I ain't gonna lie to you. Obviously, Luka Doncic is handling his suspension tonight against the Wizards. You know,
What
he
do?
got his 16 technical, so he got to sit out for today. But it's a great game to sit out. It's the Wizards. They should still win that game. Actually, Maxey, you know, he's returning. They did rally against the Charlotte Hornets. So that's good to get him back and get him gearing up for the playoffs. And then obviously Jason Tatum, he ended up scoring I think over 30 points his last game. He's looking good. Celtics are looking really good, looking very formidable. Obviously, we got to figure out what's going to happen with Cade. I think we should get some news on Cade. I think maybe end of the week, maybe next week. We'll just see as far as like when his probable return will be. I've heard from Shams and other people that I think they have some positivity that I think he might be able to get back by the first round of the playoffs, which would be a really great thing. So I think the East is going to be exciting as far as like in the playoffs with the Pistons, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Hawks who've been playing really good, the Magic who've been playing decent, the young Charlotte Hornets team. They're going to be in the play-in, so I think the play-in should be really cool. I think the East ain't nothing to sleep with. I think we should get some good stuff, but right now, man, it's been pretty chill. I think everybody's been kind of mainly focused on March Madness for right now. So,
for sure. Yeah, we'll see. All right, brother, you got anything else?
Do I have anything else?
It looks like the Cleveland Browns backed out of the trade, the draft pick proposal.
Oh yeah, because I think even Sean McVay said that ain't happening. Where they can add, it could be 5 picks or something like that. I just think they didn't get. I think they threw it out there to kind of see the temperament of it, and that ain't happening. What else? I think they talked about Myles Garrett. I know that's been kind of the big story with his contract. Them kind of rearranging that stuff. I don't think he's going to get traded this year, but I do see a situation where maybe like a year or two down the line when he gets a little bit older, I think it'll be easier for them to get out of that contract. So we'll see what's up. I think the Ty Simpson shit noise is dropping. People remember we got a special draft show at 3 today, so make sure y'all tune into that. You know what I mean?
Tap in with us. John Draft Vogel will be coming on the show. He's a draft analyst. He's gonna come in and talk to us about the draft stuff.
Yeah,
get y'all ready for that.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun to get kind of his insight on everything going on into this draft. What else is going on?
Mo Williams is getting hired to Kentucky.
Who?
Kentucky basketball is expected to hire Jackson State head coach Mo Williams.
Oh, that's what's up.
Formerly of Cleveland.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up. I know the Tar Heels, they put a hold on their coaching search, which I feel like they're going to kind of wait for Billy Donovan. I think that's who they're going to kind of go for with that.
NC State hired Tennessee assistant Justin Gadney. Another brother.
Yeah. What else? That
dude from the star player from UNLV, he's transferring.
Okay.
So that's all I got.
All right. That's what's up. Man, I ain't got nothing else though.
All right. Who got your flowers of the week?
So my flowers goes to an event I went to yesterday called Club One Bedroom. It's a party that was established out in New York. First time out here in Vegas, man. Very fun. A lot of beautiful brothers and sisters out there having a great time. If y'all follow me on my socials, I posted it. It was a great time, great environment. All love, man. A lot of beautiful people out there, man. So that was really fun. And then last but not least, there was reports, and I think it's been even established that, soldiers are getting put on the ground in Iran. So I do want to give my flowers to them. Wish them all the best. Wish them protection. Wish them health. Hope everybody, comes back home safe and sound, man. Hopefully this doesn't go on too much longer. So I definitely want to give my flowers to the soldiers who do have to go to Iran and be on the ground. So.
Yeah, for sure. My flowers goes to my youngest son. It is his birthday tomorrow. He will be 19. So I want to give my flowers to my son, Ashton, man. I love you, man.
Yeah, man. Your dad gonna buy you a stripper, my boy. He gonna get you some strippers, man.
He has asked his mother to take him to the stripper. So.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. She gonna take him?
He ain't 21 yet.
They don't got no 21. They ain't got no 21 and under strip clubs.
Not
like 18 and older strip clubs. Well, bring him out to Vegas. Bring him out to Vegas, man. We can take him to like Little Darlings or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give him a dancer too. You know what I mean?
I don't know if he's ready for that. Anyway, shout out to my son, man. I love you, man.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. Hell nah. Well, one, it has to go to Ryan Garcia. Some of his idiotic comments that he's made. I think, brother, you gotta chill. Obviously, you know, we go repeat every week everything that's going to happen in this world. Gas prices still going up, all that stuff like that. So, you know, that's all I got though.
I ain't really got no hell knows this week.
That's good. Keep it peace.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Oh my God, bro.
I mean, can I put Tiger Woods on the hell no?
Yeah, he needs a hell nah. I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, we ain't talking about that shit. Oh, you know who else get flowers? Drewski. Drewski get flowers. That skit was hilarious, my boy. Keep them things rolling, my boy. Keep them things rolling.
He's pissing everybody off. What I tell you?
Nah, yeah. He don't not give a fuck.
Shout out to Drewski, yo. The idiot attorney in Florida who wants to remove the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Well, he gets held on to. All right, if you want to donate to the Cris Talent podcast, you can donate to $ Cris Mall Podcast. We'll appreciate whatever you want to donate. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Also, first-time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, jump in the live with us. You can talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. Agree with us, disagree with us. We want to get your opinion. Go ahead and subscribe and tell us your opinion. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, wherever you use, we're available at Cris Talent Mall. Follow us, we'll follow you back. There's some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. If you have a critique or feedback, or if you have a question or topic, and we like said question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Like we said, join us later in a couple of hours at 3:00. We will have John Draft Vogel to come on and talk about the draft. So go ahead and jump in our live stream for that. You got any questions, put it in the comment section too. I'm sure he'll be able to answer them. But we just want to bring him on, talk about the draft, man, like we said earlier. So tap in with us. And also, if you can't make that, tap in with us on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a full slate of topics, NBA, NFL. We'll also get y'all primed and ready for the Final Four. Get y'all ready for that, and some other things. So Until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Be safe out there, and we are out.
See y'all at 3.